Oppo changed the game with its newly launched Reno 10X Zoom smartphone. It has not only challenged the flagship killers but also the flagship smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy S10. So in this video, let's find out how the Oppo Reno 10X Zoom compares to the Samsung's flagship smartphone, the Galaxy S10. So let's first talk about the design and display of both the devices. There's no doubt that both these smartphones are hot picks when you're out to buy a flagship smartphone, but Oppo Reno is unlike anything we have seen before. Reno offers a pristine panoramic screen, a 48 plus 8 plus 13 megapixel triple rear camera setup, and a 16 megapixel shark fin rising selfie camera. It comes with a 6.6 inches FHD Plus AMOLED on-cell display and has a 93.1 screen-to-body ratio thanks to an immersive panoramic screen. It uses Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the back for protection against drops and scratches. The Reno 10X Zoom comes in two colors, jet black and ocean green. In the box you get the Oppo Reno 10X Zoom handset, a 20-watt Whoop 3.0 Type-C charger, premium protective case, Type-C earphones, SIM pin and the usual documentation. On the right is the power button, on the left you get the volume rockers, at the bottom you get the speaker grill, microphone, Type-C USB port along with a SIM tray that can accommodate 2 nano SIM cards or 1 SIM card and a micro SD card. Both the SIM slots support dual 4G VoLTE. The back of the Reno 10X Zoom is as interesting as its front. It's made of Gorilla Glass 5 and is slightly curved towards the sides. It has a frosty finish that feels like metal, but it actually is glass and feels plush and premium to touch. The top is where the magic happens. The shark fin rising slider holds a 16 megapixel selfie camera, the actual earpiece that also doubles as a speaker. And that's not it. On the back of the rising module is another flash, the dual LED used by the main camera. Since smartphones have excellent low light capabilities at night modes, the flash on the Reno is hidden from sight until needed. And all it takes is 0.8 seconds for the motorized rising module to open. On the other hand, Samsung has marked a decade of making Galaxy S series of flagship smartphones with the Galaxy S10. So it had to be the best Galaxy smartphone ever. Well, let's find out. In the box you get the Samsung Galaxy S10 handset, a 15-watt Type-C USB charger, a protective case, 3.5mm AKG earphones, Type-C to USB adapter, SIM pin and the usual documentation. S10 comes with a 6.1 inches Infinity O punch hole dynamic AMOLED display, a 12 plus 12 plus 16 megapixel triple rear camera setup and a 10 megapixels front camera. Like the Oppo Reno, it uses Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the back for protection against drops and scratches. The S10 comes in plethora of colors depending on the region you buy it from. It also has an IP68 rating for dust and water protection. Talking about the ports, you get a USB Type-C port, 3.5mm headphone jack and the loudspeaker grill at the bottom of the phone. On the top there is a mic and a hybrid SIM card slot. And on the right is the power button, but it's way too high on the right side of the frame and does not fall where you would naturally have your thumb. The left gets the volume rocker and not so useful Bixby key. The back of the S10 features the camera flash sensor array in a rectangular window. The fingerprint scanner is on the front under the display. It is an ultrasonic type that emits high frequency sound waves through the display layer and recreates a 3D map of the fingertips. Users can also use face unlock feature for faster unlocks. Both the devices have glass front and back and unique design. The Oppo wins in the look and feel department thanks to the shark fin rising module camera, no camera bump and a frosted glass back. And special points for the clever O dot on the back that produce just enough to keep the camera glass from scratching when the Reno is lying on a flat surface. Talking about the processing capabilities, Reno 10X Zoom comes in two variants, 6GB 128GB and 8GB 256GB. The device is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 7nm processor, a Reno 640 GPU and comes with ColorOS 6.0 based on Android 9.0. The device has a 4065 mAh battery and supports Whoop Flash Charge 3.0 with Hyper Boost. The Reno 10X Zoom uses Qualcomm's top-notch Snapdragon 855 chipset. It's great for any performance-extensive task including gaming, 4K recording and even editing videos. Gamers can make use of game space to tweak many of the possible parameters like notifications, brightness or performance during gameplay. The GPU is Adreno 640 and it's Qualcomm's top-of-the-line graphic processor that can handle pretty much everything you throw at it. Reno 10X Zoom comes with the latest ColorOS 6 based on Android 9 Pie and features a lot of improvements. The full-screen gesture navigation is available, though the default option is virtual navigation deck with the usual trio of keys. If you're keen on launching the Google Assistant with a hardware key instead of a virtual one, you can assign a short press on the power key to launch it. For the Reno, Oppo has used an in-glass fingerprint scanner along with face unlock for faster unlocking experience. Both the modes are lightning fast to unlock the device. Throttling on the Reno 10X is not an issue even with repeated benchmark runs or prolonged gaming sessions. On the other hand, S10 comes with a homegrown Exynos 9820 8nm octa-core processor in 8GB 128GB. S10 with the Exynos 9820 is not underpowered by any means, but when compared to Snapdragon 855, it falls short in overall performance, especially gaming. Comes with Samsung One UI based on Android 9.0. The device has a measly 3400 mAh lithium-ion battery compared to the competition, and along with that, Samsung doesn't even ship a fast charger. Users have to settle for a 15-watt wired or wireless charging. With all the power under the hood, the Galaxy S10 feels smooth in regular use. There are no lags apart from unlocking via on-screen fingerprint sensor. On the S10, we observed significant heat buildup under sustained load with throttling that comes with a 10% drop in Antutu scores after 5-6 runs. The entire device becomes warm, which means it's dissipating heat efficiently but also generating a lot of it. The Galaxy S10 runs on Samsung's new interface, the One UI, which is based on Android 9.0 Pie. There are a few customizations and you get a lot of pre-installed apps. The settings app is slightly different than what you get on stock Android, so navigating in settings gets annoying. There are a few valuable features like game tools, dual messenger, smart stay, chat over video and edge panels. The Galaxy S10 is the first smartphone by Samsung to feature an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensor. Though promising technology, the ultrasonic reader isn't as fast as we expected. The animations also make the unlocking process a bit slow. Although Samsung has promised a software update that should bring significant improvements to the fingerprint reader performance. So again, Oppo Reno 10X Zoom proves to be a better device compared to Samsung Galaxy S10. At the same time, we also did a few benchmark tests, but we don't recommend deciding a device on the basis of benchmark test results. Talking about the cameras, as the name suggests, Reno 10X Zoom comes with a triple camera setup that has a regular shooter, an ultra-wide angle lens, and the telephoto lens. The main camera relies on increasingly popular 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 quad bare sensor that outputs 12 megapixel images by default. Then there's the ultra-wide camera. It has an 8 megapixel sensor with an f2.2 aperture. And the star of the show, the telephoto camera, features periscope optics that can zoom up to 60x. The camera app has three major modes: photo, portrait and video, and you can swipe between those. The dazzle color toggle is on the other end, accompanied by the HDR and flash settings. There are a few more shooting modes: expert for manual settings, panorama, time-lapse, slow-mo and the night mode. The Oppo Reno 10X Zoom records up to 4K at 60 fps with its main camera. The Oppo Reno 10X records stereo sound, but it also offers two more advanced options: 3D recorder for 360° surround sound and focused audio for when zooming. The front-facing 16 megapixel rising selfie camera comes with a f2.0 aperture. The dynamic range is pretty good as there is more than enough detail, the colors are nice and the images are sharp enough. The selfie camera also offers simulated bokeh and AI beautification mode. Like most flagship smartphones, the Galaxy S10 comes with a triple camera setup. The ultra-wide angle camera covers a field of view of 123 degrees and has an aperture of f2.2. And its focus is fixed, there is no autofocus. The other two cameras have been carried over from the S9 Plus and the Note 9. The primary module uses a 12 megapixel sensor with 1.4 pixels and a dual pixel face detect autofocus. It's got a dual aperture lens in front which is able to switch between f1.5 to capture more light in dark scenarios and f2.4 for improved sharpness in good light. For videos, the S10 can shoot up to 4K resolution. The camera app has panorama, pro, beauty, live focus, slow motion, air emoji and hyperlapse modes. A whole new but annoying feature is shot suggestions. The phone analyzes the scene and suggests the right framing, and it will go ahead and take the shot if you align the phone accordingly. The S10 comes with a 10 megapixel selfie shooter with fake wide mode that simply crops the center. Live focus portraits or bokeh mode rely on the NPU. Now this was a close battle between the two, but the Reno 10X Zoom's camera performance is superior in all modes. The two phones are very closely matched in the ultra-wide angle camera performance, but don't forget the Reno's telephoto camera 60x zoom reaches further than any other phone in the world. Even though Oppo Reno 10X Zoom has surpassed Samsung Galaxy S10 in all parameters, it's the price that decides the winner. So the price of both the devices are: Samsung Galaxy S10 comes for 61,900 for 8GB 128GB variant, while the Oppo Reno 10X Zoom comes for 49,990 for an 8GB 256GB variant. So as always, you decide you want more power, battery, performance with a better design and an unbeatable camera, or a device that looks like just one of the Galaxy smartphones by Samsung. Do let us know which device you would pick and why in the comment section below, or you can tweet to us at @theunbiasedblog. And also do remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. For those who haven't subscribed to us, please click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching The Unbiased Blog.